And welcome back, students. What we're going to do today is focus on two things primarily. Thing number one is going to be changing list styles. So a list, if you remember down here, I had like milk, orange, that sort of thing. So for this purpose, so I can see these just slightly better, I'm going to change the list color to start off here. So let's go ahead and make a CSS comment for CSS for styling. Let's do lists. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stylize. Let's see if I want to stylize a unordered list. So let's do UL. And if I come here and say like color, and I'm going to set that, let's say, to a nice red. You can see now this stands up. Right. I of course can do other things to this. So maybe I want this and maybe a bright red. Which of course it doesn't recognize, so let me just choose a different one here. I want one that stands out just a little bit more. Firebird, sounds good. No, it's not as bright as I thought. Stick with red. Okay, so here's my red text. I want to stylize this so I have a different bullet point style, because I don't have to be stuck with the default 1, 2, 3 or the default round circle. So I can actually come in and stylize the different pieces here for what I want to do with it. And like I said, we've already done color, which is kind of a no-brainer, but if I wanted to do one for the actual bullet points, it takes a little bit more work, and that is done using list style. Now, list style gives us a whole bunch of different options in here when I start looking at this. So I got list style, list dash style, and we have image. You could use an image for your list style. You can set the position of it, but we're going to look at list style dash type. All right, and in here you can choose what kind of list style you want this to be. So, for example, if instead of round circles, I want it to be square, I can make those square. So now our list style type is square. So let's add that to our list of CSS stuff here. So CSS 3. So list dash style dash type, and this changes the list bullet or number from the default. Okay. Let's do the same thing with our ordered list. So OL. I'm going to do the same thing. Set the color. Let's do something nice and bright. How about yellow? Stands out really nice now. And let's do the same thing. List dash style dash type. And we can come in here and choose a different type. So for example, if I want a uppercase Roman, I can do that. And you can see now it's using Roman numerals, 1, 2, 3. So it's a real quick and easy way to really change things from the default. So we're not stuck always with 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dot, or round bullet, round bullet, round bullet. If we want to use different styles, we can. There's a lot of features and functionality inside of CSS. Now, what I want to cycle back around to is stylizing our links. And up here I have one link, and if I look back at my index 2, I had 2 links. So I'm going to stylize these links here inside of my CSS code. Now, I did have one preliminarily that said A, and I set the color to crimson. What I want to do now is specify this slightly more. And when I say I'm going to specify this slightly more, is I want to specify the state of that link. Because a link by default, when you just create it, if no one's gone to it and clicked on it, it's never been touched. So we're going to specify this as a link. Right? And so this says if this is just a link and no one's clicked on it, no one's hovered over it, no one's done anything to it, it's going to have this color. Now, what I want to do is specify this a little further and say if someone has visited that link, which means that they have clicked on it and you come back to that web page. So let's say you click on the link, takes you out to a web page. Now all of a sudden there's a new color to show you that that is no longer, that you've clicked on it. It's no longer just another color. So I'm going to make it so that after you click on the link, let's choose something like, there we go, we'll make it so we can see it. Maroon, sounds good. So after we click on it, it's going to turn maroon. We also want to set the states for hover. And that just means when your mouse is on top of it, you haven't clicked it, but you just put your mouse over top of the link. So let's go ahead and do something like orange. And let's set the final state. Get off that. Which is to set it as that of, so we got visited, we got hover, which is active. And now what active means is that your mouse is clicked on it, but you haven't released the cursor yet. So when you click and hold that mouse, what color is it going to be? So let's do a color and set it to white. Okay. And I'm just going to do a file. I'm going to do a save all. And let's go ahead and pull up our index.html. I'm going to just open up a new one of it. It's taking a second here. There we go. So here's my web page right here. And here's my link to google.com. You noticed before it didn't change colors, but now when I hover over it, it changes to that orange. If I click and hold on it, and I'm not releasing my cursor right now, you can see it is white, like we said when we said it made it the active link. And if I let go of it, it's going to take me to google.com. And if I go back and I hover over it, you can see it is still those colors, but now it is maroon instead of the crimson that originally was. So it's really quick and easy way to stylize your code to kind of give your web page a little bit more vibrance and life. So let's add these link commands in here to our definitions. So I'm just going to put them at, remember these are all going to be A and then followed by something. So we have link, which is for just a normal unclicked link. We have visited, which is for links that have been clicked. We have hover, which is for when the mouse hovers over a link but does not click. And lastly, we have active, which is when the mouse clicks but does not release. Okay, so these are the ones you'll need. So it'll be a::link, a::visited, a::hover, and a::active. All right. And again, folks, this is going to kind of wrap us up for today. So we have one more piece of CSS that we're going to be doing. So until next time.